My name's Lincoln Budge. I have a property just outside of Yakandanda in northeast Victoria, and we own 200 acres here and lease another 70 acres next door. So we got Black Angus, so breeding cattle. Yeah, sometimes a little bit of fattening, but mostly just breeding. I love the animals, but I love just being in the outdoors and having big open space around you. It's just such nice being able to get out here on in the paddocks and away from people. So yeah, just the space and that I like the most probably. So obviously I have some limitations physically on farm, but I've got hand controls in different vehicles. So I've got a tractor that I've had hand controls engineered and installed in. I've got side by side with hand controls so I can drive that around. And then just planning what you're doing as far as trying to limit how many gates you have to open and close, because that's one big thing that adds a lot of extra work, getting in and out of vehicles to open gates. So just a bit of forward thinking and planning of what you're doing to limit that kind of stuff. So in Victoria we've got TAC, so I do get some supports through TAC as far as hand controls into vehicles and things like that. I've had a couple of solar automatic gates put in. Can't have them right around the property, but I do have a couple and things like that. So yeah, there is some support out there for me. Yeah. Some of the biggest challenges are just looking outside the box and trying to discover ways that you're still going to be able to operate and do things in a safe way. Things like cattle work and that start to get dangerous, so engaging help around those kind of things. But yeah, just the time you spend thinking about things and adapting things to work to you. Like I said, vehicle modifications and paddock arrangements and that is probably the biggest thing for me. And extra equipment, like as far as trailers and stuff that make it easier to load things on and that to make work easier. Having a lifter on the back of my ute so I can lift things on and off more easily and that kind of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful. There's a couple of factors, I guess. Like, you don't want to fall and injure your legs or skin integrity. If you get a pressure sore or a wound or anything, that can cause a lot of trouble. Healing's a lot slower and that kind of thing. Even scratching your legs as you're dragging them around, those kind of things. So you got to be extra careful on that kind of thing. But then you got to be safe as far as your shoulders and longevity too, because I guess when you're young and fit and you can drag yourself around more easily, you tend to overdo it. I'm getting to a point where I'm feeling it a little bit in my shoulders these days, so just being conscious of your shoulders and the longevity of them. They're doing a lot more work than what they're designed to do. So yeah, the way you transfer and get yourself in and out of vehicles and machinery and stuff. So yeah, you got to sort of really look at that from a safety point of view. Yeah, small repairs on fencing and things like that I can do. I'm a bit slower. I can't walk a fence line as quick as you can as an able body, but I can do small repairs and that. And then when it comes to more major stuff, building new fences and that, I generally engage help, whether it's friends, family or contractors. I do get support around that kind of thing as well, so yeah. The worst one was in the tractor. I got sort of tangled up on a stump, and I was seeding at the time, and I rang brother, and he was about half an hour away. So me being impatient, I decided I was going to jump out of the tractor and crawl back to the wheelchair. And it didn't seem too far from where I was, but once I made it about halfway, bloody army crawling along the wet, dewy ground, I realised it was a lot further than I anticipated. And by the time I got to the wheelchair, I didn't have the energy or strength in my arms to lift myself from the ground up to the wheelchair. So I had to sit there and wait 10 minutes to get the strength and energy back to actually get back into the wheelchair anyway. So that's probably the worst one I've had. Yeah, it's just, again, sort of thinking about what you're doing and trying to do it in a safe way, which is always difficult by yourself, let alone being in a wheelchair. And yeah, I've had instances where I got side by side stuck, and rather than having to push up and down the paddock too many times to get multiple vehicles out, it was hook a trailer up so that you could, once I pulled it out, I could load it on and tow it home, and that kind of thing. So yeah, just sort of trying to limit how much work there is pushing up and down paddocks. For other people involved in ag with disabilities, I'd say just be willing to have a go and think outside the square. And for other people in the industry that don't have disabilities, is to be willing to give someone with a disability a go and see what they are capable of, because sometimes you might be surprised how much someone can still do. It might be done a little bit differently, or you might have to adapt a few things, but yeah, I think there's still a lot in the ag industry that people with disabilities can still do and achieve. It's a good industry that I feel like can still be productive and produce something at the end of the day. So yeah, and just being out a place like this, like how can you not love it? Apart from when it's cold and wet and rainy, that they can get difficult. But yeah, it's great. It's a great industry.